Hey guys, today we're going to be working on rebuilding the convertible latches on a Mazda Miata. These latches run from model year 1990 up through model year 2005, and they get really loose and sloppy, and so we're going to be using the kit from blendor.com that is an adjustable latch kit. If you need to get yourself one of these kits, check the description down below this video, and there will be links to eBay and Amazon Prime and such. So what's included in the kit is we have two of these billet latches. We have two set screws, two extra E-clips. First thing to do is to grab the set screws if they're not already pre-installed in your latches, is to start those by hand with the hex key facing upward, and then grab your matching hex key and run those down into the latch below the mating surface here on both latches. Once that's complete, we can jump right into the rebuild process. As you can see here, I do already have the updated latch in place in this one, but the procedure is going to be the same when you have your stock latch in there as when you're taking out the aftermarket one. What you're going to do first is flip it over, and you'll see on the, it should be the right side, there's an E-clip that attaches to this pin. What I'm going to do is take a small flathead screwdriver, and we will simply push this E-clip off, and then we'll push the pin out, and that will allow the latch to release. In order to make it easier, I'm going to unlatch the mechanism and just open it up and let it sit like so. Our kit does include a couple extra E-clips. If you make sure that you rotate it so that it pushes down, it shouldn't fly across the room when you release it. But if you do lose one, there are two extras included. So we have the E-clip here removed. I'm going to set that aside. And then the pin does just press out from one side to the other. There's a spring that's kept active by that. When you pull it out, the clip will come out the bottom, and your spring should be stuck in its little groove there. So if that was the factory latch, we would keep that on hand or discard it. It's up to you depending how worn it is. So then we're going to grab our new part. Some of them do come with the set screws installed, depending on the order volume that day. I typically do stick them in. If not, just grab your hex key and thread it in from the top. And that's important because we will be adjusting it from the top. The bottom side will be blocked by a spring, and I like to bring it down below the level of the surface. If your latches aren't too worn, this aftermarket latch is a little bit more aggressive on the profile here, and you may not even need to back the set screw out at all to take most of the slop out of your latches and keep them closed while you're driving around. So flip this over this direction. The longer arm on the spring, it goes down to this little groove here, and then the tricky part is next. This is getting I'm going to close this latch partially, is getting the second arm of that spring through the little hole. I manipulate it with my thumb a little bit to get it to catch. Once I get that in, then we have to get the, okay, so that's in. So now we have to get the little cutouts over the top of the bar, or the ridge on the clip. And this can be a little difficult as I struggle here with this. So again, get it through the hole like so, and then you kind of have to keep it aligned with your finger. You can start the pin through into the latch body here, and then align the spring, and everything just tries to fight you. This thing is going to try and close the, okay, there we go. So I've got that aligned, as you can see here. I'll point out with the screwdriver. These are aligned along this bottom edge and then we'll begin to push the pin through from one side to the other. Okay, and so now it's going to grab that spring and keep it captive. It does take a bit of wiggling to get it fully in place. And through, like so. So now it is held captive. The last step is going to be pushing an E-clip back onto the shaft. So what I do is I get it aligned with my hand, and it likes to swing away and fall off. Once you get it in place, then you use the screwdriver to push it in to the groove from the top down. And again, if you lose one, not a big deal, since we do provide replacements. Okay, so that's it. So now it's fully rebuilt. We have the set screw inside of the surface. You can see on these latches, they were slightly loose when the stock clip was in there, but here you can see we get good releasing function, and then we get a nice positive click when we bring them home. And we have a little bit of slop without using the set screw, but it's not enough to actually move that bar. So these are fully rebuilt and ready to go. You can pull on this as hard as you want, and you're not going to be able to open the latch. So if your latches are a little more loose than these ones are, then we can take the additional slop out using that set screw. I should mention here at this point that I like to take any sharp edges off of the set screw with a little bit of sandpaper, and that does help save this mating surface from additional wear that wouldn't happen otherwise. The process of adjusting these is to open the latch and then press this out so you get a good straight shot to that set screw, and then just begin to back it out little by little until you get perfect function on these latches. So they'll actually close shut, but the latch will come completely closed. As you can see here that I basically hit that dead on, and we have adjusted out basically all of the slop. If I was really particular, I can back this out like another 1/16 of a turn, and then we'll get this, closing 100% with zero slop. So if you have something like a hard top and you want these to be 100% secure and you don't open and close them a lot, then adjust the set screw out as far as you can to essentially lock them. And then the final step would be to get some purple or blue Loctite, which is the non-permanent type that can be broken with a screw, but it'll keep it from vibrating out, and just drop it around these threads, and it will wick in 1 or 2 threads enough to hold it still from vibrating out, and then you are good to go. And this is fully rebuilt, ready to go, better than factory new. Thanks.